Welcome to the Business Profile. I'm Jeff Layton, and today we're at the West Kjos Funeral Home right in Detroit Lakes, and with me is Chuck Standel. Chuck, thanks for having us in.
Thank you.
There's a couple things that we want to cover today in this profile, and one is, tell us a little bit about your history in the funeral business. How long have you been doing this for?
Well, I've been a licensed funeral director for 25 years. I started my career in the Twin Cities. And I moved to Detroit Lakes about 18 years ago.
Okay. All right. In 25 years, I suspect you've seen a few changes in the funeral business and the process?
Yes, we have. I guess the main change and what people like to know about today a lot is cremation. We get a lot of cremation questions.
Okay.
And that has been a change. It's just basically a difference in earth burial over the years that we've seen more people choose cremation. Now people are still having services. We're still memorializing our families one way or another, but cremation is definitely more popular now.
Okay. Now the other thing that we talked about a little bit is the pre-planning of a funeral. And maybe we could kind of walk our viewers through exactly what is pre-planning, what are the advantages, and why should somebody consider it?
Well, I guess pre-planning, to me, it's kind of a two-part process. First of all, we like to sit down with people, see what type of service they would be interested in the future, and gather information. Information that you'd use on an obituary, things that would be helpful to your children, things they maybe wouldn't know that, for instance, they may not know in 1951 their parents moved from St. Cloud to Mankato. You know, certain statistical things that's very helpful to the families. It's very helpful to us as funeral directors also to know what type of service these people are interested in. The second part of it is a number of people pre-fund their funerals. And basically what that is they're putting money aside for a future funeral, and that money is generally either put in a local bank here, in a simple CD, or in an insurance product. So there's two ways to fund those funerals. Basically, you're putting money aside, the interest is accruing onto the account, and hopefully that keeps up with the rise in inflation over the years.
And one thing that you had also mentioned is that you can put those dollars in a protected status so that if a person enters a nursing home, and maybe you can explain that as an advantage also.
I guess the advantage to pre-funding the funeral is the funds are placed in an irrevocable trust, which means those monies are taken out of your assets and are not counted as an asset any further. And the advantage is if people go into nursing homes later in their lives and their private funds are used for their care, the natural progression is then that the county would step in and provide for their care, and they can still have this irrevocable trust for their funeral.
So as your personal assets are deleted in a nursing home situation, you've got a kind of protected little class of assets over here that you can still then plan your own funeral and have some control over that, and also have your family have some control.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. Big advantage.
Okay. All right. If somebody did have questions about this, because these are things that you want to plan really in advance, what was the easiest way to get hold of you?
Well, they can certainly call us at 847-7279. We have a lot of people that just walk in the door, though, and they're welcome to do that. If they're not able to come in, we would certainly come to their homes, too, and talk with them there.
Okay.
Any of those ways.
All right. Well, thanks, Chuck. And also, I want to mention to everybody, about 2 years ago, we were doing a few business profiles here, just talking about the remodeling. And boy, I tell you, I walked in here, and you've done a fantastic job, and a very nice facility that you have. Very welcoming, very, very nice. So you've done a nice job there.
Thank you. We appreciate that. We've had a real good response from the public on it.
Okay. All right, well, thanks for having us in, Chuck.
You bet. Thank you.
All right, until next week's Business Profile, I'm Jeff Layton.